So I had this idea to do a series about the best hair metal songs of all time and try to play all the solos from the top 50. And it's been a lot of fun, but the very first video I looked at the list and I was kind of worried because I saw Paradise City in it. And I've always been a little bit terrified of one section in particular. And I thought, okay, I have to make a decision. Do I just play the first solo of the song and take the easier way, or do I try to challenge myself and face my fears? So I ended up trying to face my fears, and I knew it would take a lot of dedicated practice. I had to film the actual video in about 3 days. So I had that much time to practice. And so what I did was I took Paradise City in YouTube and I slowed it down to 50%. And I found a way to play the solo that made it possible for me to pull it off. I don't know if it's exactly how Slash plays it. I know it's very, very close, but if you watch him live, he rarely, if ever, plays it the way he does on the album. So I had to kind of devise my own way to play it. The very beginning of the solo starts, the part that I was focusing on starts at 5 minutes and 49 seconds. And you have to trust me when I say that number because I've been obsessed with this song for 3 straight days, so that number's kind of burned into my brain. Okay, first of all, make sure your guitar is tuned down half a step to match Slash. Okay, so we're gonna start off here at the 2nd string, 10th fret, follow the tab, and watch my fingers. Here's what I was doing for the solo. Okay, that's a great place to start off. So it's kind of this circular feel. I start with an upstroke, that's just my personal preference. From there we go like this, so starting at that 3rd measure. So that's a fun lick if you put the first 3 measures together. I kind of spilled over into the next measure as well. All these licks kind of connect in a certain way, so that I'll do that once in a while. Okay, so get that down first. Now the next part we start to do some crazy hammer-on and pull-off runs. So it starts to speed up a little bit here, but I'll keep it slow. After you hit the 8th fret, let's say we're talking the 4th measure here, we're gonna slide up to the 12th fret of the 3rd string, followed by some hammer-on and pull-off runs. That's a good place to stop, go back to the top, and try to get to that point. So we have. Okay, the big climbing part. This part tripped me up really bad, but I kind of found a cool pattern within it. So if you start off right off the bat with this 10-12 hammer-on, and by the way, I'll just be using tab numbers today, so that's more of a quick walkthrough for you. That little hammer-on slide sequence is huge. It's kind of fast too. Even though I'm going like this, you see how I sped up for that slide? Now we're here, we get to rest for a second, just do another couple hammer-ons in that one part. Again, so we're repeating that little 12, 13, 15. Okay, so we have another set of hammer-on slides to get us up even higher. Now we get to rest here for a second, do the double hammer-on here. Another set of hammer-on slides. See how Slash is just inching up the neck by doing that? Now, we're at the highest part. What we're gonna do now is a pentatonic pull-off and a bend sequence after that. So let's go through that climb one more time. It's kind of fun actually to do it slow. Fast is so blazing, your brain is just like freaking out. But slow, it's a fun thing to practice. Okay, now we have this pentatonic run like I was talking about. Hammer on pull off. Now I use my pinky a lot, but a lot of people would elect to go with a ring finger here. Totally fine. Followed by some pull-offs and descending patterns here. When you speed that up, it sounds pretty cool. Okay, gave away the next part. Okay, now we're gonna do is a cool double stop. We're gonna go to the 1st string 18th fret, 2nd string 17th fret. We leave the 18th fret where it is and we sort of do a slight bend on the 17th. It's a great time to kind of rest because the crazy blast of notes is coming up. All right, then we come back and just hit the 2nd string 17th fret. And that's sort of just an incidental thing where you're going to slide down to the 14th fret to get ready to be in position for the next part. But I didn't really do that in the video for the hair metal thing, and I realized that later, but it's okay. So we have. Okay, I'm going to go back, do the climb, and I'm going to stop there. So here's what we have. It's fun when that starts to come together for you, even at a slow speed. Okay, now flip to the neck pickup because you need that real thick sound for this next part. We're going to climb up. I'm going to use hammer-ons. Now you see how I stop here? It's because when we do get to the 15th fret of the first string, we're going to start the descending pattern in fours. This is something you might have to practice a lot. It's pretty crazy when you go full speed, your fingers are just flying and you can't believe what they're doing. It's almost like you have to just get the pattern started and hope for the best. But in order to prepare for that chaos, you have to have a lot of control. I know it seems kind of like a paradox, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to just practice this. Using what I call the robot technique. I did a video on that a long time ago. It's where you practice real steady and real strong, like you're doing really confident pull-offs. Later on, when you speed it up, you can lighten up and it just smoothens out and goes a lot faster. But for now, I like to implement that robot technique. See how snappy everything is? Very strange at the end there, I know, going like this. 12th fret, 11th fret, 10th fret, pull off. It's kind of a bizarre thing. Then we come down to the 5th string, 13th fret, so we go like this twice. And return back to that 10th fret. I had this slow down so much, I think it was at like 35%, that's what I heard during that spot, but I could be mistaken. You know, like I said, it might not be 1,000% perfect. Then we get to do this fun little back and forth. And that's the rest before we jump to the very last part, which is a really fun ascending pattern. So let's cover that really quick. I will go back, like I said, and play the whole thing at a slow speed, so I won't be talking through that whole thing, so you could just play along and feel the whole solo from beginning to end. All right, so I go back to the bridge pickup. It's kind of hard to do mid-solo, but gotta do it. We're gonna go to the 5th string, and we're gonna do these little 3-note chromatic walk-ups. So we're gonna go 15, 16, 17, so C, C sharp, D. Double that up. Next string, double that up. So we have. Now, as soon as you hit that last one we just did, jump to the 3rd string and do a quick one. It's always going to be the same pattern, just on different strings. So we get this. See how fast I jump to that 3rd string? Then we come back to the 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. Back to the 3rd string now, 2nd string. And you're going to want to go to the 1st string, but we're not going to do the full pattern. We're just going to hit the 15th fret. So that whole part will sound like this. See how I'm exaggerating that quick jump to the 3rd string? But if you listen to it, it actually does do that. Now in the video, the hair metal video, I actually went to the 2nd string, 18th fret, and I bent it up a whole step. But what I heard today changed my mind about this. I think it's actually a slide from the 18th fret to the 20th fret. So even though I did it in the video a certain way, I was able to break it down even further today when I was preparing for this video. Do some vibrato, and then you could slide off of it so you can get like that if you want to. I didn't put that in the tab, but go ahead and slide down. It's a little more dramatic. Okay, now I'm going to walk through the whole thing at a slow speed so you guys could follow both my fingers and the tab, and then you could practice that and get it up to speed over time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good luck with that. Remember to slow this video down if you have to, if you couldn't keep up with that, and then keep inching it up, and eventually you'll get to full speed, hopefully. Okay, everyone, thanks for watching. It was a lot of fun to finally decipher this solo, and I'll play it once again at the end from the hair metal video. Remember to check that video out in its entirety. I have a lot of great guest stars appearing, like Ben Eller, Bradley Hall, Johnny Holiday. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's worth a watch. Okay, everyone, we'll see you at the next lesson. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.